Federal workers will be back on the picket lines today as the union and government dig in their heels over contract talks. 155,000 federal public servants walked off the job yesterday. The strike will affect many different departments and agencies, from passport and tax processing to immigration and the RCMP. Wages are among the key sticking points, and negotiations they are expected to continue during this job action. Both sides say they're standing by and ready to return to the bargaining table.
In the meantime, I know that Canadians that are watching are, of course, worried about the current services. It's not going to be business as usual. We are having some essential services being delivered, EI, for example, veterans income support, the Canada Child Benefit, but other services will be disrupted, which is why I'm putting all efforts with the government team to be able to get to a deal as soon as possible.
Now, PSAC's national president says the federal government left workers with no option but to strike.
We've been at the bargaining table since June of 2021. Very, very slow progress. When we announced the strike votes back in January, things all of a sudden then started picking up. We had a PIC report that was released in January, a Public Interest Commission report that was released in January, when Minister Fortier actually came out publicly and said, we believe this is a path forward to a deal. Those same wages that were in that PIC report were only tabled with us just before we went on strike.
Now, according to the Canada Revenue Agency, the May 1st tax deadline, this is important, it's not changing, and people who file late will still be subjected to penalties regardless of the strike. The CRA will address them on a case-by-case basis. Now, most electronic submissions will be processed, but anything that requires physical handling, like paper forms and documents, those will likely be delayed.